Guys, I don't know what happened to that thing. I was trying to do a switch. I was trying to do a little switcheroo, but it didn't work. Instead, it messed up everything. As you all know, with me and this technology don't work too well. But I'm gonna ask you all to forgive me. The show must go on, as I accidentally messed everything up. I was trying to switch it because the other phone was out of charge, and I didn't want. Winsome, Winsome says she's shaking her head. Winsome, believe me, I'm shaking my head as well. I am shaking my head too because my golly, girl, me not go to work. Me not go to work till tomorrow. Yeah, but me I try to switch to something on my word. This ain't just cut off so. And I may I say, una hear me, una see me. I realize that I ain't nobody hearing me, ain't nobody seeing me. So I say, all right, I have to go come on the road either way. So I just come on the road and then we can finish it. I'm not going to work. Yeah, but but you ready? You ready for us to continue, Sister Winsome? We were at the part where he says he told him to gather 70 men. Who else is here with some? This one has like 62%. So this one should go. This one should work. At least until we ride back home. You ready, Winsome? No, Winsome, I'm not over. I'm not announce the winner. But I still have the book here with everybody. And while you lead, no, Annette, you want Annette, you want Cad, you want Katie, Winsome, and Annette leading the pack. I need to get everyone up. Get everyone up again. Let's see if we can get everybody back. If we can get everybody back in the game. That's I mean I like outer street now. Because I'm outer street, I'm so distracted. But I wasn't supposed to come out here till like 7, but I come since the thing had cut off, I just decided to come. And so here I am. All right, but we are going to continue either way. Welcome back, guys. Thank you so much for coming. So as I was reading this, during this week, guys, I was, I always wonder where my mom get it from when she would say, when you want more food than she would give you and you kept wanting more, so she'll say, yes, she's gonna give it to you and make you eat it until it come out through your nose and through your ears. Your mama ever told you that, or you ever heard anything like that? Like you're gonna eat until it start coming out through your nose and through your ears? Well, I was tickled when I read in Numbers chapter 11 and verse 18 through to 19 and 20, when I'm gonna read it for you all. Wait, I'm gonna start it around verse 16, so you all can get context and understand what it is saying. Because it is after Moses had cried to the Lord and said, he cannot bear this all alone. He needs to give him some help. He alone cannot carry all these people on his back because they are crying to him. They want this, they want that, they want this, they want that. They want to go back. He don't know what to do. And that's when the Lord told him to get the 70 men who are going to help him to lead. So in verse 16, and the Lord said unto Moses, gather unto me 70 men of the elders of Israel, whom thou knowest to be the elders of the people, and officers over them, and bring them unto the tabernacle of the congregation, that they may stand there with thee. And I will come down and talk with thee there, and I will take of the spirit which is upon thee, and will put it upon them. So now the Lord is saying that he's going to share the spirit of leadership, the spirit that he has put on Moses to lead the people. He's going to have to take that spirit and share it, and give that same spirit to these 70 men, so that they can lead with as much wisdom and understanding as Moses. And he says, and I will put it upon them, and they shall bear the burden of the people with thee, that thou bear it not thyself alone. And say thou unto the people, sanctify yourselves against tomorrow, and ye shall eat flesh. For he have wept in the ears of the Lord, saying, who shall give us flesh to eat? For it was well with us because for it was well with us in Egypt. Therefore, the Lord will give you flesh, and ye shall eat. Silva is in the place. Silva, what's up? How you doing, my love? How you doing? Good to see you. Turn off this one. Verse 19 says, ye shall not eat 1 day, nor 2 days, nor 5 days, neither 10 days, nor 20 days, but even a whole month, until it comes out of your nostrils, and it be loathsome unto you. So that was like he was going to give them the food in anger, and say, see it, take it, eat as much as you don't want, eat it, until it come out on your ears, out on your nose. Yes, until you hate the food. That was some real anger there, for you to be giving somebody food, and that is how you want them to do it. Because that ye have despised the Lord which is among you, and have wept before him, saying, why came we forth out of Egypt? I am doing fabulous, Silver. How are you doing? I hope you are doing great as well. I'm here doing the swords in hand. I started it earlier, but I was trying to switch the phones, and my golly, it disappeared, so I have to restart it. But I am here, and I hope you're having a fabulous evening as I am. Verse 21, and Moses said, the people among whom I am. Oh my word, oh my word. Hold on there, please. Okay, guys, here I am. AG, when it's not one thing, is another. When it is not one thing, it is another. I'm supposed to go get the kid down there, and I end up being up here. I end up being up here and getting upset. I'm getting upset that she's not showing up while I'm in the wrong place. You ever hear anything like this? Oh my word. I am in the wrong spot. In the wrong spot. But I am getting upset that she is not where she's supposed to be, while I am not where I am supposed to be. You ever hear anything like this? Oh my word. Oh my word. All right, but here I am. Okay, but I am here, guys. I am here. Double tasking that we are doing here. How are you doing, AG? What's going on with you, my friend? How are you doing? Now, my next question for you guys. How many people, how many people, how many of the children of Israel were with Moses when the Lord was speaking to him about giving them, or AG driving? Okay, as usual. As usual. How are the roads over there? Where are you at now? Which state you in now? As you know, you always driving. I know you're always driving. At the time when Moses wanted help, what was the number of the children of Israel, guys? Who remember? At the time when Moses was calling for help, how many children of Israel were there? Oh, Virginia. Oh, you're just above me there. Oh my gosh. Oh, I-64. Okay, Winsome says 600,000 footmen. You need fixing. Why you twist up like this? Why are you 2020 like that? You were rolling it or something? Okay. Yes, Winsome. There were 600 footmen. 600 of them. Yeah, I'm moving now, Winsome. So we are just going to talk about it. We are going to talk about it. We can't look in the book. Oh, AG, you are just right above me. You are right above me because I'm in North Carolina. I've been to Williamsburg, Virginia before. I go up there every once in a blue moon. Not once in a blue, maybe like every 4 months, 5 months or so. Yeah. Yeah. I've been up there now since May, but yeah, I go up there a lot. Yeah, back in those, when you're driving in those areas, you see a lot of history. You see a lot of history. When I'm driving up there and I'm telling my daughter, look around, don't you see, like, there is one little house. There are huge plots of land. And I said, these plots are not just huge, just like that. They are historically, maybe, slave plantations. And so you see the house is sitting either far back, or the master house is sitting like in the front. She always said, oh, it's a long time ago. It ain't that long ago. It ain't that long ago, and we're still feeling the pinches of it, the strangulations of it. Yeah, we're still feeling it. Still feeling it. Yeah, guy, but I'm driving, so we're not gonna look in the book, but we're gonna still talk about it. Is Silva still here? And the funny thing too, even the names of those places were named from back in those days. Even the names, if you think about places like Lynchburg, yeah, and you know what that mean, right? Yeah, why that place was called as it is called even today, because of what used to happen there. hmm And a lot of those names also, they are basically European names. They add the bergs and the vills. They add the bergs and the vills to the words of whoever it was who owned the most land, or the plantation in those areas. So that's how a lot of those places got their names. I was reading somewhere, somebody was saying, we should change some of the names of some of these places, because some of the names really do indicate what happened back then. But I mean, it's history. The name of the place, changing the name of the place won't change the historical value of the place. That's just my view. T Blair is in the house. T Blair, how you doing? Good to see you, T Blair. Welcome, welcome, welcome into the live. This is like the second half of the live, because the first half went kaput. But this is like the second half. This is like the second half of the live, and then I am driving. And then I am driving. So it's not until I park in about the next 5 minutes that we're gonna be able to complete the rest of the live. It's just how life is, but we just gotta keep going, doing what we're doing. Okay. I said, T Blair, did I see you today making carrot and I saw you make a drink today. Carrot and what else? Carrot and something. What was it that I saw? I know I saw you make something today. Carrot. What was it? Did I see you make something today, T Blair? I think I saw you make some kind of a drink. carrot and something else. I don't think it was beetroot. Oh my gosh, the brain is really going. Yeah, I don't remember what it was, but it was indeed. Oh my, he's going after somebody or what? But it was carrot and banana. Yes, yes, yes. Carrot and banana. Carrot and banana. I bet that was super delicious. I'm gonna have to try that because I love carrots and I love bananas. I can imagine how delicious that is. I am going to have to try it and see how it turns out. Because those are great combinations with milk, and she says it's very good. I can imagine. I can imagine that it's very good because carrots, I love carrots. Carrots is actually my favorite vegetable. I love carrot and bananas. I love bananas. So that should be a great combination. And both of them go well with like cinnamon and nutmeg and milk. Yeah, so that should be a very, very, very good combination for a drink. And the carotene in the carrots and all the potassium in the banana and all. Oh, ooh, that should be a powerhouse right there. Get some nutrients in. Yeah, but stay with me, guys, for about the next maybe 5-7 minutes as we journey on to the house. As we journey on, we are going to continue the last half, the latter half of the swords in hand. Once I stop moving here. I gotta see it. Yes, I am. Well, I just see what you said run across the screen. But for that second I saw it, it disappeared. We Unlock Nation is in the house. We Unlock Nation, how are you doing, my brother? How are you doing today? You know you are in my prayers. Yeah, I'm in my neighborhood. I'm not on the highway. Yeah, I'm in my neighborhood going 20 miles an hour. Yeah, we're doing good. We're doing good. Keep your eyes on the road. Yep. Eyes right on the road. Oh wow, their pear tree is still full of pears. And mine is done. Oh wow. See, I have my eyes on my neighbor's pear tree. But their pear tree is still full of pears, and mine is empty. That's that I got Jamaican there. You are very welcome, my love. You are very welcome. You are on my mind. I hope all is going well. Hope all is going well with you. And everything turns out to be just fine. I really do hope so. You missed the first half. Oh my word. Yeah, the first half was just as the first half was taking off. Ay, ay, ay. I need to learn how to do that, how to switch. Because it's the same account, so I should have been able to. I thought I could, but it just didn't work. It did not work, so I had to. I've got to learn how to do that. I'm still learning, guys. Y'all got to. I don't like what you're hearing. I was like, listen, it's a little shaky. I was just outside. But that don't have anything to do. I'm off the road again, sis. I'm off the road again. I am back. Boy, I tell you, when you got responsibilities, you see. Okay. Johnny Bajo, let me see you go low, low, low. Okay. But this one says, I don't know, but we are going to continue. We are not going to stress ourselves about it any at all. We are going to continue. Here we are, guys. This one here not doing what it's supposed to do. There we are. Okay. All right. You are so welcome, my dear. My dear, we unlock. You are absolutely welcome, my love. You are welcome. You know how it goes between us, right? Let's see this here. All right. All right, here we are again. We are back at it again, guys. Thank you all so much for sticking with us through the ups and the downs. Thank you all so much. Yeah, thank you so much for sticking with us through the ups. There we go. Through the ups and the downs, you have stuck with us, and we sincerely appreciate it, guys. All right. Sister Winsome, you had gotten that one right. We give you your point. And we are going to continue to move right along. Guys, if you are just joining us, a very special welcome. Thank you all so much for coming in. Thank you all so much for joining us. We sincerely appreciate it. We are still doing Swords in Hand / Bible Trivia. This is the second half of it we are doing. And tonight we are going through the book of Numbers, chapters 8 through 14. Right now we are over on chapter 11. So if you have your book Bible or your Google Bible, take it out and join us, okay? And we are going in order. We are not going to be asking questions from all over the chapters. We are going in order tonight, okay? Genas is in the house. Genas, how are you doing, my love? So good to see you. How is everything going with you, my dear? I hope everything is going just fine with you. All right, we are going to move right along, my friend. Guys, if you don't have Genius, go and check out Genius. If you don't have We Unlock Nation, go and check out We Unlock Nation. Quite a few people here are on their way to the promised land. Lots of people here already have like watch hours and bananas. Yes, we are trying to farm bananas. We are trying to farm bananas for each other. So come on now, guys. Go over and support each other. Everything is blessed, my sister. There we go. Aridata is in the house. Aridata, how are you doing? How are you doing? All right, we are going to move right along. We are going to move right along. And the next question is, name the two men who remained in the camp after everybody else had left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. After the Lord had come down and spoken to Moses and told him to get the 70 men, and then Moses went out and he told the people that this is what is going to happen. It's not just going to be me anymore, but all these elders. Now you see why the church have leaders and elders and deacons and all these other people, because they have to distribute the responsibilities, because no one person can carry all of that responsibility. So you wonder why your church have so many different heads of states. You understand? That is why. It's all coming from the Bible. That you have to have leaders and elders and preachers and deacons and all of that, so that the responsibilities can be distributed. And what was the name of the men who were left in the camp? All right, Winsome got it, T. Blair got it, and also Kat got it. You're on fire right now. Yes, there were Eldad. It's Eldad and Medad. Let's read it in verse 26 of chapter 11. We're going to start from chapter 25 because, you know, we like context. And the Lord came down in the cloud and spake unto him, and took of the spirit that was upon him, and gave it upon the 70 elders. And it came to pass that when the spirit rested upon them, they prophesied and did not cease. But there remained 2 of the men in the camp. The name of the one was Eldad, and the name of the other was Medad. And the spirit rested upon them, and they were of them that were written, but went not out unto the tabernacle, and they prophesied in the camp. So Eldad and Medad did not go out of the camp with the other 68 men. Okay? The next question I'm going to ask you, who was Joshua's dad? You know something I noticed in the Bible, guys? Lots of names are repeated. And when the names are repeated, just like how you would have lots of Sharons. You understand? You would have lots of Sharons and you would have lots of Winsomes, you know, in a particular community. But a lot of times we don't oftentimes we don't know exactly which Joshua, which person it was with that name. Sometimes they try to give us clarification, but oftentimes, I don't know if you have found that, but I have found it, that the names are repeated. There are different people with the same names. All right. So this Joshua, who was his dad? Yes, Blair got it. All right. Blair got it. Kat got it. Genus got it. And Sister Winsome. Okay. And it's verse 28. It says, and Joshua the son of Nun, the servant of Moses, one of the young men, answered and said, my Lord Moses forbid them. He wanted Moses to have Edad and Medad not prophesy in the camp. He did not want them to prophesy in the camp. I wonder why. Because they were the only two who remained in the camp. And Moses didn't see anything wrong with it. But Joshua had a problem with it. And he wanted Moses to forbid them. But Moses said unto him, envious thou for my sake? Oh, so you're envious, but you're going to use me. That's what Moses said to him. Are you envious in my name for my sake? Are you envious of them for prophesying in the camp for my sake? Would God that all the Lord's people were prophets, and that the Lord would put his spirit upon them? And Moses got him into the camp, he and the elders of Israel. Next question. What was brought up from the sea for the children of Israel to eat after they were fussing with God and with Moses that they had come out of Egypt? What did he bring up for them to eat? Because remember, they were fussing that they wanted meat. They wanted meat. Yes, God, that is the thing. But when you have like the name Joshua in your mind, or there are some others, and once they mention it again, your mind goes back to that, and then you have to say, but no, that can't be the same Joshua they're talking about. It's got to be another one. Yes, T. Blair, quails. Yes, the Lord brought up quails out of the sea, and that is found in verse 31. He brought up quails from the sea and let them fall on the camp, as it was a day's journey on this side. So since they wanted meat, yes, he was going to give them meat, and they were going to eat. Hold on. And even as they were eating it, I want to read this part for you here. Verse 32. And the Lord stood up all that day and the people stood up all that day and all that night and all the next day. And they gathered the quails. He that gathered least gathered 10 homers, and they spread them all abroad for themselves round about the camp. And while the flesh was yet between their teeth, ere it was chewed, the wrath of the Lord was kindled against the people. So he threw them the kill. Like somebody make you mad and you just say, hey, take it. Yeah. So that's how he just brought up the quails out of the sea and just, let them just take it. And they, boy, did they run and did they gather. They gathered the quail, and while they were eating it, his wrath was kindled against them. What was the name that he called that place where he brought up the quail to give to the people? What was the name that the Lord called that place where he brought up the quails for the people to eat? All right, Steve Blair got it. It was Kibroth. That's his name. I can't pronounce these words, you know. Kibroth Atahava. Yes, that was the name of the place. He named that place because there they buried the people that lusted. We weren't talking about lusting people. I'm not sure how the people that lusted came in there, but that was the name that he gave that place. And it was at that place that he brought up the quails out of the sea for the people to eat. And that is the end of verse of chapter 11. Welcome into the live, guys. If you're just coming in, don't forget to hit the like button, share out the stream, and invite your friends. Jump on in and join us. Get you your book Bible, your Google Bible. We're going through the book of Numbers, chapters 8 and through 14. We are now on chapter, let me see, Linton got that right, and so too did T. Blair. All right. All right. And remember earlier, guys, I was telling you all that Moses, where Moses' wife was from. Where did I say Moses' wife was from? Who remembers? Who remembers where Moses' wife was from? Anybody remember? Who remembers where was Moses' wife from? Does anybody remember where was Moses' wife from? Moses' wife was from Ethiopia. Yes, win some, yes, T. Blair. Moses' wife was from Ethiopia. Do you remember the name of Moses' sister? Who remembers the name of Moses' sister? Anybody remember? Who remembers the name of Moses' sister? Anybody? Oh, better banner. Does anybody remember the name of Moses' sister? Yes, God. Moses' sister was Miriam. Oh, you are muted? Why? You at work or what happened? Okay. What happened? You say you are muted. Welcome into the live Mikey Laughs, guys. If you have not yet connected with Mikey Laughs, go ahead and check out Mikey Laughs channel and show her some support. Okay? Miriam was Moses' sister. And Miriam and Aaron were not happy that Moses had married an Ethiopian woman. You see, guys, these things are coming from way back then. Just last night, I was on a live for Natalie's Inspirations, I think it is, and we were talking about the same thing. Like, you know, are you going to choose for your children? And even though we are not talking about children right now, but it also applies where somebody goes and marries somebody from a different culture, a different religion, and it causes a rift in the family. People get upset because you marry somebody from Haiti, because you marry somebody from Jamaica, because you marry somebody from Africa, from wherever. People get upset. These things cut deep wounds in families. And so here it was that Moses married an Ethiopian woman, and boy, his sister Miriam was not happy with it. Neither was his brother Aaron. But tell me, Who remembers what happened to Miriam after she expressed to Moses how dissatisfied she was that he had married an Ethiopian? How did the Lord punish Miriam for that? Who remembers? Who remembers what happened to Miriam? Winsome says she was cursed. Card said yes, she was afflicted with leprosy. She was afflicted with leprosy because she was so upset with her brother that he had married an Ethiopian woman. But Moses, he was meek and mild, and so he would not make a big deal, make a big fuss about what they were saying. He was just so busy serving the Lord and doing as the Lord told him. And the Lord was so mad at Miriam that he struck her with leprosy. Right, next question. All right, we're not going to do this one. And send out to Moses. I'm going to read this part for you guys because when I was reading it, I thought, you know, the way in the Bible, the way it is written, the way the words are being used sometimes, it makes you pause. Because here in chapter 12, verse 14, we're going to start at 12 so that we get an understanding of what is being spoken of and who is speaking. Maybe at 11. And Aaron said unto Moses, Alas, my Lord, I beseech thee, lay not the sin upon us, wherein we have done foolishly, and wherein we have sinned. That's Aaron asking his brother Moses for pardon because he had sinned by being mad at him because he had married an Ethiopian woman. Let her not be as one dead. Now he's talking for his sister because his sister Miriam has already become a leper because of her contention with her brother, unwarranted contention, so to speak. And the Lord is angry and he makes her into a leper. And now Aaron is talking to Moses. And he says, And Aaron said unto Moses, Alas, my Lord, I beseech thee, lay not the sin upon us, wherein we have done foolishly, and wherein we have sinned. Let her not be as one dead, of whom the flesh is half consumed, when he cometh out of his mother's womb. And Moses cried unto the Lord, saying, Heal her now, O Lord, I beseech thee. So Aaron went to Moses and spoke to Moses about what had been happening to Miriam, and asked Moses for help. Said, please talk to your Lord. Don't let our sister die like that. And Moses went and beseeched the Lord. And the Lord said unto Moses, If her father had but spit in her face, should she not be ashamed for 7 days? Let her be shut out from the camp for 7 days. And after that, let her in again. And Miriam was shut out from the camp for 7 days, and the people journeyed not till Miriam was brought in. And afterwards, the people removed from Asaroth and pitched in the wilderness of Paran. Okay, let me see what God says. They both was mad, but only Miriam was struck with leprosy. Exactly. That was one thing that I was questioning. Both of them. Yeah, I realized that's what you meant, darling. Just a little typo. Yes, both of them were angry. Both Aaron and Miriam were angry at Moses for having married the Ethiopian woman. And they both expressed their frustration to their brother. And the Lord was unhappy that they were unhappy with Moses. But he only struck Miriam with leprosy. Why? Boy, they treated women quite harshly back in those days. Because I don't think that he should be angrier with Miriam than he was with Aaron. Do you? I don't think he should have been angrier with her than he was with Aaron. He should have been angry at both of them, that both of them had the same concern. But she was the only one who got struck with leprosy. And then she ended up being shut out of the camp. And because she was shut out of the camp, because she had leprosy, you know, leprosy is very contagious. So she was shut out of the camp with the leprosy. And so the children of Israel could not move on, because that would mean that they would end up leaving her behind. But they didn't want to leave her behind. So they tarried. They waited for those 7 days until she was able to be received in the camp again before they journeyed on. But I don't know. Yes, while Rich, I'm back. Yes, God, they really treated women with a lot of impunity. They really did. And the Lord said, we are now on to chapter 30, maybe because he was a priest. Yeah, but even so, to Winton brought up a good point. He says, maybe because Aaron was a priest. But even so that he was a priest, he should have known better not to be so mad at Moses for marrying the Ethiopian woman. So what was he questioning? And since it's clear that he and Miriam had already had a conversation about it, he probably should have said to Miriam, let's just rest this. He's free to marry who he wants to marry. But they both decided that they were going to confront Moses about him having married the Ethiopian woman. But boy, only the woman got punished for that. Or maybe his punishment was going to be in a different form. I don't know. But we are going to move on. And if you have your Google Bible or your book Bible, and you look in it, you will see that on chapter 13, there is a lot of explanation for the tribes. Which tribe was supposed to, who was supposed to lead which tribe? That is why Jesus had to come to do away with all our sin. That's what it was. He did away with all of our sins. So we don't have sin no more. We are going to get there. We are going to get to that, my brother. We are going to get to that. And so now they had to assign all these men to the children of Israel. For the children of the tribe of Issachar, who was assigned to be the leader of the children of Issachar, the tribe of Issachar? Who remembers? Issachar is not one of the children of Israel whose name comes up a lot. He is sort of one of those people on the back burner. His name isn't come up a lot. But the tribe of Issachar, who was allowed to be the priest over them? Anybody remembers? You can find it in the book of Numbers, chapter 13. Who was the ruler over the tribe of Issachar? And who don't remember the name Issachar? Sometimes when I'm trying to remember all the name of the children of Israel, I'm always forgetting Issachar. I always forget Issachar and Zebulun, because it's not easy to remember them all. But the son that was Issachar, who was put to rule over them? who was supposed to be the priest over the tribe of Issachar? God says, was it Joseph? No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Who was it, my people? Anybody remember? Can you find it in the book of Numbers chapter 13 and verse 8? Verse 7, I mean. Who can find it? Okay, T-Bear say Igal. Yes, it was Igal, I-G-A-L. Igal, Igal, however they pronounce it. It was Igal. He was the son of Joseph. Next one. Who was presiding over the tribe of Asher? Who was presiding over the tribe of Asher? Who was presiding over the tribe of Asher? Zethor, yes, Winsome. Yes, Zethor. He was the one, he was the son of Michael, and he was presiding over the tribe of Asher. All these men, one person from the tribe, from each tribe. What did Moses send these men to do? One person from each tribe. Remember, Moses was taking one person. He took one person from the tribe of Reuben. He took Shammua. From the tribe of Simeon, he took Shaphat. From the tribe of Judah, he took Caleb. From the tribe of Issachar, he took Igal. From the tribe of Ephraim, he took Oshea. From the tribe of Benjamin, he took Palti. From the tribe of Zebulun, he took Gadiel. From the tribe of Joseph, from Manasseh's line, he took Gadai. And from the tribe of Dan, he took Amiel. From the tribe of Asher, he took Zethur. And from the tribe of Naphtali, he took Nabi. From the tribe of Gad, he took Geuel. And all these men, what did he send them to do? Yes, T. Blair, he sent them to spy out the land. Yes, I came back, Overton. He sent them to spy out the land. In verse 16, he says, these are the names of the men which Moses sent to spy out the land. And Moses called Hoshea, the son of Nun, Jehoshua. Okay? So he changed Hoshea's name, and Moses called Hoshea, the son of Nun, Jehoshua. And Moses sent them to spy out the land of Canaan. Yes, it was the land of Canaan. And said unto them, get you up this way, southward, and go up into the mountain. Why did he want them to spy out the land of Canaan? Who roll in here, so? While we try to say yes, man, Trev. Some set us free. I teach other when we come in that sin. Okay. Okay, Walrich. Okay, Walrich, we got you. We got you. Yes. Why did Moses send these people to go spy out the land of Canaan? And when I ask a why question, I'm probably gonna end up with an answer that is a little bit long, but that's okay. Why did he send them to go spy out the land of Canaan? Who remembers? if the land is rich or poor, yes, to see if the men were strong or weak, that too, yes, I'm giving you all that answer. Yes, he sent them to spy out the land, because remember, that's the land the Lord promised them, the land of Canaan. But for them to get the land of, not like the land is sitting there desolate, sitting there and nobody is inhabiting the land. The land is being inhabited. So with the Lord giving them, telling them that this is the land he's going to give them, they can't just walk up in the people's place like that and say, well, the Lord said I should take it. No, the people are going to fight. So they had to go spy out the land, go scout out the land to see if it was good. Yes, God. To see if it was good, to see if the land was good. Was the land fruitful? Were they going to be able to plant there and get an abundance in their fields? Were the men in the land weak, where they could overthrow them? Because remember, they had overthrown the people back there when the men violated Dinah. Remember? And they told the lie and told those people that they wanted them to be circumcised like them. And then when the men were circumcised, all laid up in bed in pain, they went and overthrew the city and slaughtered all the men. Okay. So now they're trying to get into the land of Canaan. They are going over there to scout it out, to see. It's like soldiers going to war, but they are in the other person's territory. So they got to scout it out so they know where what is and who is what and how the people are before they try to fight those people, because they don't want to lose the war. What was the name of the wilderness in Canaan where they went? What is the name of the wilderness? What was the name of the wilderness in Canaan where these men went as they were on their way to Canaan? Then, there you have it. Promise it to them, and they want to see if it was good. Exactly. Yes, T. Blair. That was the name of that wilderness. In verse 21, it says, so they went up and searched the land from the wilderness of Zin unto Rahab, as men came to Hamath. And they ascended by the south and came into Hebron, where Ahiman, Sheshai, and Talman, the children of Amak, were. Well, I've read that. Well, Card says, were they questioning God's judgment? Well, I don't think they were questioning God's judgment, but I believe that if they had come upon this land and the land was not inhabited, then it would be free for the taking. But since the Lord had promised them that he was going to give them this land of Canaan, but when they got there, the land was inhabited. They can't just walk up and go take the people's land. And if they try to do that, then they will be asking for war. Do they know how fortified these people are for war? Were these people prepared for war? Preparing for a war? So it was going to be bloodshed. So they had to go by the instructions of what the Lord gave to Moses. Julian +4 is in the house. Welcome, Julian +4. How are you doing, my love? Guys, there is Julian +4 in the house. Don't forget to give her some support. That's what we do over here. We support each other. What was the name of the place where they cut down the grapes? What was the name of the place where they cut down the grapes? Because remember, they were trying to find out if the land was fruitful. Did the land have water? Would they be able to plant their fields and have their fields be bountiful? Because if the land was barren, there would be no point in them even wanting to accept that land. And we all know the children of Israel was an ungrateful bunch. Okay? T. Blair says, because of the cluster of great brook. Okay, the brook was called Eshcol, Eshcol. Yes, I'm going to give that to you. I'm going to give it to T. Blair, and Winsome got it. I am doing okay so far. Thanks for asking. You are welcome, my love. You are welcome. Yes, when they came to the brook of Eshcol, they cut down the bunch of grapes to show that, well, yes, there are grapes. So if there are grapes growing, that means, yeah, there will be food. This land is fruitful. What else did they find? What other fruits did they find there? What other fruits did they find there? Going once, going twice. What other fruits did they find there? What other fruits did they find there? We know they found the grapes. What else did they find? What other fruits did they find? Yes, Winsome, they found pomegranates, and what else? Pomegranates, and what else? T. Blair says pomegranates and date. They found pomegranates and figs. Figs and date. Mike, Mike is an fan orange. Well, that's not what it says here. That's not what it says here. Yeah, Julian had said the Valley of Econ. Yes, Julian, I think your thing is delayed a little bit because we are past there. Yes, they found figs. They found figs and figs and pomegranates. Okay. How many days did they search out the land? For how many days did they search the land? For how many days? How many days? For how many days were they searching the land? Hey, Vibes, how you doing? Yes, Sister Winsome. Sister Winsome got it. They searched for 40 days. That is found in chapter 13 and verse 25. And they returned from searching of the land after 40 days. Okay? And what did they tell Moses they found in the land? What did they tell Moses they found in the land? What did they tell Moses they found in the land. When it comes to what to eat. I think this is probably the first time in the Bible I'm hearing that combination of word, but we use it. Milk and honey. Yes, Winsome. Yes, T. Blair. They told Moses that the land was flowing with milk and honey. And how did they describe the people? How did they describe the people of the land? Anybody remembers? How did they describe the people who were living in that land? They were when something they were rich. Yes, Winsome. And they were strong. They were they were fat. No, never said they were fat. He said that they were strong people and their cities were walled. Now, guys, if you had read this with me, you would have seen, yes, T. Blair, they were strong. That among them, oh, Julian is a little bit behind. Julian, you got to catch up with us, sis. You got to catch up. You are a little way behind. You got to come out and then come back in. Guys, if you all were reading with me, you probably would have seen where it says in verse 29, the Amalekites, it talks about the Amalekites, the Hittites, the Jebusites, the Amorites, and the Canaanites. Those were the people who inherited that land. Okay, so go ahead and tell me, which of those people lived by the sea? In the land of Canaan, the land of Canaan was inhabited by the Amalekites, the Hittites, the Amorites, the Jebusites, and the Canaanites. Which of those people lived by the sea? Because there were some of them who inhabited the mountains, and there was another set that inhabited the sea. They lived by the coast. Which of those sets of people that I just called lived by the sea? Which of those sets of people that I just called lived by the sea? I just called the Amorites, the Jebusites, the Hittites, the Amalekites, and the Canaanites. Which of them? Really, no, very full attention. Okay, welcome, sis. Welcome, sis. No problem. Of those groups of people I just named, which of them lived by the sea? I think somebody said it and I missed it. Okay, T. Blair said it before. T. Blair said the Canaanites. I almost missed it, you know, T. Blair. I almost missed it. Yes, the Canaanites. If we read right here in verse 29, it says, the Amalekites dwell in the land of the south, and the Hittites and the Jebusites and the Amorites dwell in the mountains, and the Canaanites dwell by the sea and by the coast of Jordan. Welcome back, Aurelian's Delights, guys. If you have not yet connected with Aurelis Delights, now is a great time to do so. She does some delicious cooking, some delicious recipes over there. For those of us who like to cook, you can learn a lot from Aurelis Delights from over there on her channel. Name the person who told Moses that it was time. Let us go up and conquer these people and take away their land. Who was the one who spoke those words to Moses? Said, come on, let's go up. Let us go up and take these people's land. Who was it who told Moses that they could go up and take the people's land? Yes, God, it was Caleb. It was Caleb. And Caleb told Moses, let's go up and go take these people land because we are many and we will be able to overthrow them. The people were angry and said, we don't think so. We think these people are strong and we are not as strong as those people. We don't think that is going to work. But then they realized that these men must have brought back a bad report, the wrong report. Because here in verse 31, but the men that went up with him said, we be not able to go up against the people, for they are stronger than we. So Caleb told Moses that they could go up and overthrow these people. But the other people with him were like, I don't think so. I don't think we're going to be able, because those people look really strong. They look stronger than us. So I don't think. Yes, win some. Long time people are taking people land, and I fight people for your land, but them not going to carry with them when them dead. Yes, I fight people for your land. And they brought up an evil report of the land, which they had searched unto the children of Israel, saying, the land through which we have gone to search it is a land that eateth up the inhabitants thereof, and all the people that we saw in it are men of a great stature. And there we saw the giants, the sons of Anak, which came of the giants, and we were in our own sight as grasshoppers, and so we were in their sight. So comparing themselves to the men, they said, these men are too big for us. Comparing us to them, we look like grasshoppers. But Caleb was ready to go make Moses carry these people over there so that these giant men could just destroy them. We are on to chapter 14. And all the congregation lifted up their voice and cried, and the people wept that night. Ain't it the same way we see people these days getting up crying and weeping over other people's things? I cry over other people's land. Or maybe because they got the promise that this land was going to be theirs, only to get there and to find that the land is inhabited already by big, strong men. And you notice that in the chapter before, let me tell you which verse. In verse 28, in chapter 13, verse 28, it says the cities are walled. That means that all these people, the Amalekites, the Hittites, the Jebusites, the Amorites, and the Canaanites, they put walls around their cities to divide themselves, separate themselves from each other. Now, if you are going in there to go conquer them, you have to be prepared to conquer everybody. Yeah, to conquer everybody. And the people were smart enough. No, no, just put barbed wire fence. They had walls. So every tribe knew their boundaries. So the Amorites and the Hittites and the Amalekites, the Canaanites and the Jebusites, everybody knew their bounds because everybody's bounds was walled around. Yeah, yes, while rich, he said that the men were such giants that the Israelites looked like grasshoppers in comparison to those men. And verse 3 of chapter 14 says, "And wherefore hath the Lord brought us unto this land to fall by the sword, that our wives and our children would be a prey? Were it not better that we had returned to Egypt?" Now they are really mad. They are really, really mad right now. Because see, that's the same land the Lord promised us. And there are giants living in that land. So these giants has the potential to devour us and leave our children and our wives. Then take our children and our wives after us, the men, have been devoured. So wasn't it not better that we stayed in Egypt, where we were under bondage, but we were not facing this kind of calamity? And they said one to another, "Let us make a captain, and let us return into Egypt." Guys, you ever been trying to do something and all the time your mind is just focusing, but you're just looking back. You just look, Lord, behind you, so was better. Lord, it was better. It's like you cannot move forward. You cannot see the light at the end of the tunnel. You cannot see tomorrow. You cannot see the sunshine of tomorrow. All you are grappling for is the little sun rays that were in your yesterday. You cannot imagine that there is bright and beautiful sunshine ahead. You just hold on to what you have right there, and you just do not want, you are reluctant to move forward. These were the children of Israel. As soon as a little obstacle come in their way, as soon as a little obstacle, like I see that a lot with like people who want to do their, go forward academically, and say you are a CNA and you so badly want to become a registered nurse, and you are trying to get there, and you start doing your prerequisite classes, and as soon as you have a little obstacle, so Lord Jesus, I'm not just be one CNA for the rest of my life, yeah, man. I can't bother. Yeah. And you go back and you stay there. As soon as a little obstacle. And when you speak these things into existence, you end up remaining as a CNA for 30, 40 years. And then you reach a point where you start saying, oh my God, 30 years ago, I could have just finished and become that RN that I so badly wanted to be, because to me that represented a sense of fulfillment. But because you couldn't stand a little struggle, just a little struggle, that reminded me, guys, of when I came to America. I tell you all the time, when I came to America, it was hell and powder house. At first, it was lovely and beautiful, nice and rosy. But later on, it was hell and powder house. I'm not lie to you, true. And every day, all my mind could think of was going back to Jamaica. That's all I could think of. It's like I could see no light at the end of the tunnel. I couldn't see it. My mind was just, and me I go back home. Because me I go back home, I have my life. Me I go back home, I can't just go back home and pick up my life and me left up and go live my life. I'm not going to stay here and people look at you sideways, people look down on you. When me there to make people look up. We are look up in each other's face, we talk to each other on levels. Yeah. When me there to Jamaica, me don't know nothing about people looking down on you. I don't know anything about that. So imagine the shock when I came to America and people look down on you because You're like a nobody. You are like a nobody. And we couldn't deal with it. Trust me, we couldn't deal with it. I wanted to go back home. Because when I go anywhere and people would ask me my name, I'd always say my last name. Like, yeah, it's gonna be Miss. People be like, what's your first name? I had a hard time. I had a hard time, guys, believe me. Like, don't call me by my first name. That is for my friends, close friends, and family. My first name. You don't call me my first name in the workplace. No. And so I had to adapt to that because, coming from Jamaica, we don't do that. We don't do that. When you go in the workplace, you don't call people by their first name. Everybody is Mr. So-and-so, Mr. So-and-so. And so imagine me coming here and saying my name is Miss So-and-so. People will looking at me sideways like, what's your first name? My first name. We're not on a first name basis here. This is not how we're going to do this. And then people like looking at me like, the heck? Everybody else here is saying Lisa, Tina, Mary. Where you coming from? But they gonna call you Miss. Oh my God, guys. It was a shock. But I learned to adapt. And even now, it's a little bit strange to me when, somebody even at my job say Trev. I'm like, oh, okay, all right, this is how we do it here. I just got to adapt. But when anybody asks me to introduce myself, I don't use my first name. I know that's not our culture. That's not our culture. When you complain, you remain. When you praise, you get. Oh gosh, God, I love it. I love it. When you complain, you remain. When you praise, you get raised. Hallelujah. I love that, God. I gotta write that down, sis. I gotta write that down. When you complain, you remain. When you raise, you get raised. When you raise, what hell? When you raise. When you praise, praise. I'm writing it down. I gotta write that down, guys. All right. So Kat says, T. Blair says that is so. It is absolutely true. I tell you, I had the culture shock. I had the culture shock of my life. I had that culture shock, my friends. But anyway, now they were quarreling. They wanted to go back to Egypt. Then Moses and Aaron fell on their faces before all the assembly of the congregation of the children of Israel. And Joshua, the son of Nun, and Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, which were of them that searched the land, rent their clothes. All right. So Joshua and Caleb ripped off their clothes. But Winsome, you remember said this week, remember said this on the Thursday when me not work, This is the Thursday when I don't work. So this is the Thursday that I do more chapters than next week. Next week, we're not going to do more than maybe 2 or 3, depending on how long they are. But this is the week that we take advantage, because if you keep another one chapter, my golly, how much 1,000 chapters in the book? That's going to take with the next 3, 4, 5 years, And we don't want that. We don't want that, because we just their numbers 1 year, and 1 year ago we start, and we just the book of numbers. Yeah. So on the week when I'm not going to work, we do a little bit more. Okay. All right. Next, we soon be finished. Number 14 soon be finished. It should be finished in the next 15-20 minutes. Hold on, let me see who this texted me. Uh-oh. All right. All right, let us continue, guys. Where were we? Okay, okay, my love. Okay, my love. No problem. So Joshua and Caleb, they were among the men who went to search the land. So now they are angry. Yes, Wildrich, it's been a year now since we started the Bible. Remember, we did stop from around December, and we didn't pick up back until like February. Yeah. And they spoke unto all the company of the children of Israel, saying, The land which we passed through to search it is an exceedingly good land. If the Lord delight in us, then he will bring us into this land and give it to us, a land which floweth with milk and honey. Only rebel not he against the Lord, neither fear he the people of the land, for they are bread for us. Their defense is departed from them, and the Lord is with us. Fear them not. Oh, Winter, so she just start. You just start in what? Leviticus? But all the congregation bade stone them with stones, and the glory of the Lord appeared in the tabernacle of the congregation before all the children of Israel. And the Lord said unto Moses, How long will this people provoke me? And how long will it be ere they believe me, and for the signs which I have shewed among them? Yeah, Walrich says long to see December. What's going to happen in December, Walrich? I will smite them with the pestilence and disinherit them, and will make of thee a greater nation and mightier than they. Okay, so even the Lord is going with them to smite the people so they can get the people's land. And Moses said unto the Lord, Then the Egyptians shall hear it, for thou broughtest up this people in thy might from among them, and they will tell it to their inhabitants of this land, for they have heard that thou, Lord, art among this people. Win some. He might get a new baby. Say what? Ono tap from tax so. Ono tappy. Walrich. Yeah, get baby. Your baby gonna be born in December? Talk to me, Walrich. Is a baby gonna be born for you in December? We are now on to verse 14. And he said, Moses is beseeching the Lord and saying to him, do not, because if you do all of this, the Egyptians are going to hear about it. They are going to have a field day. They are going to have a field day because the Lord was threatening to smite these children of Israel who were so ungrateful. And he was saying, how long shall these people provoke me? And they were going to say, remember how powerful, Moses said to him, remember how powerful you were when you took us out of Egypt. Remember how the Egyptians were shocked that you were dwelling among us. And you took us out of the bondage only to take us over here and smite us? That wouldn't be good. The Egyptians would be laughing for days. O'Reilly said December was when he really got familiar on YouTube. Okay, so December is going to make your anniversary. Can we help you to get to the promised land before then? Guys, if you have not yet connected with my brother Wild Rich Unstoppable, yeah man, come on, let's connect with Wild Rich. If you have not yet subscribed to his channel, go ahead and subscribe to his channel and help his channel to grow. Verse 15, now if thou shalt kill all these people as one man, then the nations which have heard the fame of thee will speak, saying, because the Lord was not able to bring these people into the land which he sware unto them, therefore he has slain them in the wilderness. You see how that look, guys? You all see that? We're going to talk about it again. Let me talk about it again. So the Lord was angry with the children of Israel. Because you know, then complain and then complain and then complain. So he was angry at them. He asked Moses, how long shall these people provoke me? He was threatening to smite every last one of them. What? This was an angry Lord. Everything, if you not get him where, I just kill. Anybody get that sense? That's the sense I got from having read from Genesis up until this point. It's either like, you do as I say, or death is the answer. And then Moses said to him, no, sir, you can't do that. Remember how you took us out of Egypt with a heavy hand. And the Egyptians are still shocked that you are dwelling among us. You have brought us up out of Egypt, through the wilderness, through the Red Sea. And you promised us this land. So now when we get here and we find that the land is inhabited and the people over there are strong and we can't fight those people to get their land, is it now that you're going to smite us? So the Egyptians and everybody else who has heard of what you have done for us will laugh at us and mock us and say, look at that. He came and brought them out of Egypt, brought them across the Red Sea, through the wilderness, and look, the land he promised them, when they got there, people are there. He can't give them no other land, so he just smite all of them. Why give thanks? See, every day Mr. People say, give thanks to Jesus. Right, Ricky? Ricky, how you doing? Ricky, how you doing? Guys, see, there is Ricky in the chat. Don't forget to go and support Ricky. Give Ricky show Ricky some love. Show Ricky some Trevessence kind of love. Show Ricky some Trevessence kind of love where we support each other. Where we support each other totally. Totally over there. The law back then was very serious. Yes, Steve Blair. All right. God says, no, Trev. Their unbelief was the unpardonable sin. If you don't believe, there is nothing God can do for you. But God, at this point, the argument was about the land that they were promised. So, oh, Six Bows is here. Oh my God, Six Bows, please forgive me. Please forgive me, my love. Please forgive me. Good evening to you, my love. How are you doing? That's why you see I love my people in the chat, because they help me. When I miss something, they help me to catch it up. Welcome, Six Bows. Welcome into the chat. Guys, if you have not yet connected with Six Bows in back, go ahead and connect with their channel. Card says, no, Trev. Their unbelief was the unpardonable sin. But Wildrich, listen. Not Wildrich, Card. The unpardonable sin. It is outlined right here where he says they were brought up out of Egypt with the promise that they were going to get this land. The people were ungrateful, yes, because they were being brought up out of Egypt. They keep on thinking back about Egypt, all the things, the food, the garlic, the leeks, the this, and now they are in the wilderness eating manna and following nighttime. They are following this bright light of fire, and in the daytime they are following this big cloud, And they were promised. Now, this is the juncture where they are really not happy. They wanted meat. He brought up quails out of the sea. I give the quails to them. And him tell me, I'm going to give you the quail, and I'm going to make you near me till it come out, and I don't know what's and come out. I'm like, when you're giving somebody something, you give to them. Like, why do you get angry? Why do you get angry at the person? Kizzy is in the place. Welcome, Kizzy. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing, my sister? Good to see you. You understand? If I promise you that you can come to my house, and if you come to my house, I am going to help you with 1, 2, 3, X, Y, Z. If you come to my house with that belief that I'm going to help you with these things, and when you get here, I am not able to deliver, you have a right to be upset. Because you would believe that I have misled you. You there look for me. Okay, go and look for me, sis. Go and look for me. You see what I mean, guys? Yeah, if you promise me that, Trev, come to Florida or come to wherever, this is what we're gonna do. This is what I'll be able to help you with. And then when I get there, you are not able to. Of course, yes, I'm gonna have questions. Now, it is not for you to get mad because I have questions. It's for us to come to an understanding. Fair enough? Yeah, we have to come to an understanding. If God promised it to them, he knows what he's doing. He's just asking them to believe. Yes, that may be so, but at the same time, they are humans. You can't be mad at them. You can't be mad at them for expressing themselves as humans. And I didn't like the language, you know? Like, I would just bring up the quail and just get to them with them near it until it come out of their nose. Like, seriously? Like, seriously? I just make just eat the quail until it come up out of the nose. Like, nah. But anyway, with that being said, let me see what else I said. I said, so God was not able to deliver. No, God. We know that in the end, but at the same time, the children of Israel, yeah, they're going to express that they're going to express their doubts because of what is happening. Can't blame them. Can't blame them, but if you threaten them, say no that they express their doubt, you're gonna smite them, kill all of them. I just found that back in the day, I'm glad I didn't live back in the day. But it was very harsh for people back in the day, and I can only imagine some people who are still trying to live out their lives like this, where there is no forgiveness, there's no coming to the table of reason. There is just death. Yeah, I got a problem with that. But it's the book. Kizzy, it's you know that it is supposed to be Swords in and Slash Bible Trivia, but we did the first part already, so this is the second part. But remember, the Bible said your sin could be small like a mustard seed. You cannot enter. And clearly, if you have a master, you must be obedient to him. All right? T. Blair said that if you have a master, you must be obedient to him. Also, the master is the one who made the promises. So we cannot blame the humans for acting human. But I just think that the way the master keep threatening them with death, like there was nothing else, nothing worse that he can do to them but to slay them for expressing themselves as to why it seems as though they were being punished after coming out of out of Israel. out of Egypt. Remember, guys, they are humans. The Lord knew that he was going to be able to deliver, but the people had their doubts based on the experiences they had had. So you can't be mad at me for not believing you if what you said to me was going to be, I don't see it coming into fruition. So they were just expressing themselves without human. Kai says, without faith, it is impossible to please God. Okay, and that is also another thing. Without faith, it is impossible to please God. So even if you are drowning, you have to have faith that this water is not going to go in your lungs. This water is not, you're not going to swallow too much. You are going to survive. All right. Anyway, we are going to continue. Let's continue reading. Verse 18. Let's read verse 17. And you see what God said? You have to have faith. Their faith was weak. Okay. Verse 17. And now I beseech thee, let the power of my Lord be great, according as thou hast spoken, saying, the Lord is long-suffering and of great mercy, forgiving iniquity and transgression, and by no means clearing the guilty, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation. Pardon, I beseech thee, the iniquity of this people, according unto the greatness of thy mercy, and as thou hast forgiven this people from Egypt even until now. And the Lord said, I have pardoned according to thy word, but as truly as I live, all the earth shall be filled with the glory of the Lord, because all those men which have seen my glory and my miracles, which I did in Egypt and in the wilderness, and have tempted me now these 10 times, and have not hearkened to my voice. Yeah. While with the old people drown. All people drown while rich. And if you ask you, Kizzy, I'm gonna see you go live, Kizzy. What's going on with you, Sister Kizzy? I'm gonna see you going live. You can hardly remember because you were drowning. We don't want you to drown, baby. No, not drowning. We don't want you to drown. Next question. Who was it who the Lord accused of having another spirit with him, apart from the spirit that the Lord had put on him when he went to go do the surveillance on the land? Who was it? Oh, yes, I work of your way, just girl, me can't even all this videoing and girl, me just can't. Me don't know. But I'm going on. I'm pleased. My watcher was been down, but I am pleased, The little channel is growing. It's growing. Who was it who the Lord accused of having another spirit with him? Who was it? No, somebody got to win with some. Somebody got to win. Who was it he accused? Because remember, we are on chapter 15. I mean, chapter 14. We're going to be finished with chapter 14 in a minute. Yes, God, it was Caleb. It was Caleb. But my servant Caleb, because he had another spirit with him, and that followed me fully, him will I bring unto the land wherein he went, and his seed shall possess it. So Caleb ended up being the one to be told that he can get the land. His seed shall possess the land. Now, the Amalekites and the Canaanites dwelt in the valley. Remember, the Canaanites, they dwelt by the sea. Tomorrow turn you and get you into the wilderness by the way of the Red Sea. And the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, how long shall I bear with this evil congregation, which murmur against me? I have heard the murmurings of the children of Israel, which they murmur against me. Say unto them, as truly as I live, saith the Lord, as ye have spoken in mine ears, so will I do to you. Your carcasses shall fall in this wilderness, and all that were numbered of you, according to your whole number, from 20 years old and upwards, which have murmured against me. So he threatened to smite everybody who was 20 years and older. Doubtless he shall not come unto the land, concerning which I swear to make you dwell therein, save Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, and Joshua, the son of Nun. So now we know that the two people that the Lord really wanted to inhabit the land of Canaan was Joshua and Caleb. But your little ones, which he said should be a prey, them will I bring in, and they shall know the land which ye have despised. But as for you, your carcasses, they shall fall in this wilderness, and your children shall wander in the wilderness. For how long? How long did he say the children should wander? Wander. Wander. Should wander in the wilderness. How long, guys? For how long did he say the children should wander in the wilderness? And bear your whoredoms until your carcasses be wasted in the wilderness. For how long did he say he was going to allow the children to wander in the wilderness? Who remember? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yes, because he said he visited the iniquity of them. Aurelie says for 40 years. Yes, Aurelie, for 40 years. Oh, yes, God said it. God said it as well. Winsome said it. Yes, for 40 years, he said. And the number of the days in which he searched the land was how many days? How many days was it that he searched the land? How many days was it that he searched the land? How many days? How many days was it that they searched the land? 40 days, because remember it was 40 days that they searched the land that they went to survey. It was for 40 days. Okay? Verse 35, I, the Lord, have said, I will surely do it unto all this evil congregation that are gathered together against me in this wilderness. They shall be consumed, and there they shall die. And the men which Moses sent to search the land, who returned and made all the congregation to murmur against him by bringing up a slander upon the land, even those men that did bring up the evil report upon the land died by the plague before the Lord. But Joshua, the son of Nun, and Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, which were of the men that went to search the land, lived still. And Moses told these sayings unto all the children of Israel, and the people mourned greatly. And they rose up early in the morning and got themselves into the top of the mountain, saying, Lo, we be here, and will go up unto the place which the Lord hath promised, for we have sinned. And Moses said, Wherefore now do he transgress the commandments of the Lord? But it shall not prosper. Go not up, for the Lord is not among you, that he be not smitten before your enemies. For the Amalekites and the Canaanites are there before you, and he shall fall by the sword, because ye are turned away from the Lord. Therefore the Lord will not be with you. But they presumed to go up unto the hilltop. Nevertheless, the ark of the covenant of the Lord and Moses departed not out of the camp. Then the Amalekites came down, and the Canaanites which dwelt in that hill, and smote them, and discomfited them, even unto Horna. There endeth the reading of Numbers chapter 14. Guys, I hope you all, no problem, Wild Rich, no problem, my love. We are wrapping up now anyway. Guys, that is the end of the Swords in Hand / Bible trivia for this week. I certainly learned a lot from having read those few chapters over the last few days. And as I am reading, I am learning more and understanding a lot of what was being told to us. You know, once upon a time, I read the Bible from front to back, but I think all I did was just call the words and went through it. Just call the words and went through it. Now I am sitting here and I'm getting an understanding of what was being said, who said what, to whom it was being said. And it is making the Bible make a lot of sense now, more than ever to me. I don't know about y'all, but it's making a lot of sense to me as I read it and try to understand it. It is making a lot of sense. So now we know that even though the children of Israel were brought out of Egypt, brought all the way through the wilderness of Paran, and were brought right onto the edge of the land of Canaan, only Caleb and Joshua were allowed to enter. Yes, God, now I'm reading it in context, because before I was just calling the words and going through. Yeah, trying to see if I could read the Bible from front to back. But now we're reading it in context. And guys, I cannot tell you all how much I appreciate you all. I sincerely appreciate you all joining me on this journey, because this is a very important journey, because no matter what you believe, if you're an atheist, if you are an agnostic, if you are a believer, it does not matter. The Bible has an influence on your life no matter what. The laws of the land are steeped in Bible verses. Believe me. Yes. So no matter what you do, it is important that we know what the Bible says for ourselves, rather than being told haphazardly, one sentence here and one sentence there and one verse there and one verse there, and we really don't get the context of what was being said, why that statement was being made. I sincerely appreciate you all. Winsome, you are the bomb.com, Winsome. Card, T. Blair. Who else was here? I saw Wild Rich was here. Six Bows in back. Kizzy Unstoppable was here as well. Rambo Green Hands was here. Aralise Delight was here. Guys, support each other, guys. Support each other. There was also Jackie Houston was here. Julian and four. There were so many people here. I cannot possibly remember all the people who were here. And a lot of people who were here from when we did the first part, and then we got cut off, came back and did the second part. I appreciate, okay, we missed out half hour. All right, Winsome. I'm going to make up your half hour to you, Winsome. I'm going to give you your half hour in Jesus' name. And so, guys, I must announce the winner. I must announce the winner for tonight's game. And the winner for tonight's game has 22 points. Who can tell me in the chat who the winner is? The winner has 22 points. The runner-up to the winner has 14 points. And the person who gets third has 11 points. So if there's anybody in the chat who can tell me who the winner is, the one that's been with some say, me and you have different time, that's why. Oh, okay. Who got 22 points? Anybody can imagine who the person who the winner is with the 22 points? Going once, going twice, going 3 times? Yes, God, Winsome. Winsome is the winner, and Winsome got 22 points. Congratulations to Sister Winsome. Sister Winsome know our Bible, man. Our Sister Winsome always listening to the narrations during the week, and Sister Winsome have our Bible ready and waiting. Yes, Winsome won the game this evening. T. Blair is second with 14 points, and Cad is third with 11. Congrats again, guys. Thank you all so much for participating. Thank you so much for joining me. I can't do this without you all, guys. I cannot do this without you all. So you know how important you are to me. I sincerely appreciate it. There was Sade was here earlier as well, and Star Apple. Yeah. Overton, son of a king, was here. We are Latin Nation. Ricky Live, guys, go and support these people. Cubans Universal was here as well. Rambo Green Hands was here as well. Guys, go and support the people you see in the chat. Don't forget to grab them. Go support them. Go into their channels and give them your support. Let's put our support behind each other because we want each other to win. Aurelie is the light. We want everybody to win. Okay? So congrats again to the winners of tonight's game. The winner wins some, and the runner-up, first and second runner-up. We sincerely appreciate you. Guys, that's going to be it for me for tonight. Until next time, this is Trev from Trevessence, where your journey matters. All right, guys, don't forget that I'm going to be reading some more and putting it up on the channel. Also, I am still reading the John Walsh book, but I don't know what's going on with YouTube because I have been reading this book and putting it up, but all of a sudden, YouTube tell me that there is a copyright strike for reading the John Walsh book. So I'm waiting for them. I've submitted an appeal. I'm waiting for them to respond. If they uphold the copyright, then I'm going to probably read it in shorter increments because I noticed that whenever I read anything and it goes over 30 minutes, that there is something with the copyright. The copyright always come up. So I'm going to try to minimize it and leave each reading to about 25 minutes. All right? That's it from me for now, guys. You go ahead and have yourselves a fantastic evening. Enjoy yourselves. Do whatever you do. Do it well. It's Thursday night. Quite a few people are on live. Go around and support. I'm not gonna be doing any supporting tonight because I have stuff to write that I must get through tonight because I'm going to work over the weekend, so I won't be able to do, and I got to do them tonight and get them in. All right, so I'm going to take care of that. But that's gonna be it, guys. Aurelie, have a good night, my friend. Win some. We will talk, Sister Win some. Card, T Blair, everybody else. Have a fantastic night, guys. I will see you all again maybe tomorrow.